Greetings, everyone. My name is Sherry. I'm the CEO of Handmade U LLC. I'd like to welcome you to my channel. Today's video is really a recording from Crafty Divas. Crafty Divas is a little monthly club that I have. I get together with some friends and we just create stuff. So this is from May or April. April? I think this is from April. And so we did hydro dipping with nail polish and some either flower pots or a glass vase. So one thing that I just wanted to mention for everyone that's watching this video is that we used a brush with some acrylic paint. When we dipped it into the water, the paint started to slide off. And so one or two things came to mind. So one, if I was to do this again, I would probably just use spray paint and just spray it and, give it a good amount of time for it to dry. If I did try it again with acrylic paint, then I would maybe paint it the day before so that it could dry overnight so that I am sure that I have the best adhesion possible, to the glass and to the flower pot. The only other thing that I would mention is you'll see myself and you'll see my sister in this video. When I dipped my glass, I did not use nearly enough nail polish. So we recorded again, and I put that at the end of the video with my sister doing it, where we used a lot more nail polish. So don't be stingy with the nail polish, okay? All right, so with that said, go ahead and take a look at the video so that you could learn how to do hydro dipping yourself, and then give it a try. If you like the results, or if you're like, this is not for me, that's okay too. Just feel free to comment, let us know how it went for you. And hopefully we'll see you again in another video. All right, bye. All right, so while you're painting, I'll go ahead and go over our supplies in case anybody's wondering what they got. So everybody should have had a piece of tarp that I hope is already down on your table. If not, that's okay, but we're definitely going to put it down before we start hydro dipping. Hydro dipping, there's another term for it. People also call it water marbling, and we're doing it with nail polish today, which is just an enamel paint. People also do it with spray paint. So they literally just take a big thing of water and just keep spray painting different colors into it, and then they'll dip it. So everyone should have a tarp. Everyone has their vase and their flower pot. I gave everybody a little tea light candle that you can put into your vase, but you can also use it for actual flowers. So once it's ready, once it's done. You got a pair of gloves because we're going to actually have to put our hands down into this water with this nail polish. And I do not want anybody's manicure to get messed up and they'd be like, oh, Sherry. So, please.
Unless you want hydro dip nails,
wear your gloves when we do the dipping part. Everybody should have at least 3 colors of nail polish. So if there's more than one person in the room with you, I tried to throw in some variety to the colors. So feel free to share, mix and match your colors, but everybody should at least have some version of pink, some version of a purple, some version of a green, unless you contacted me and asked for something different. Everybody should have a chunk of, it looks like hay. That's what it looks like to you?
Like a bale of hay?
Okay, it looks like it's got some hay in it. This is actually it's a soil alternative. So this is actually shredded. Oh, you know what? I saved it so that I would get it correctly. And I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it is. It is coconut and natural wood fibers. So I don't know if our flower pots will get dry to the point where we could actually plant something in them today. But you all should have a little bag with seeds. These are zinnia. They're different. They're flowers. They're flowering seeds, and they're different colors.
They're pretty.
Yes, they are pretty. So this brick, we're gonna add some water to, and once it gets the water in it and expands, this is what it looks like. So all of this came from the piece that each of you has, which should be more than enough of the soil to do our little pots with. And then I think you all have some popsicle sticks that we're gonna use to do some stirring in our water. Is that everything? I think so. All right.
And the white paint.
Yeah. So if you're just signing on, everybody is painting. Everyone's painting their flower pot white. And then you have the choice of whether you want to paint your vase. You can keep it clear and we can dip on it clear. Or you can paint it white and we can dip on it white. If you paint it white, the colors will likely stand out a lot more than they do on the clear. But it's your choice. Now, I'm definitely not an expert, and I don't like saying that when I do this kind of stuff, but this one got me. So right now, I'm just demonstrating.
Yes.
So I'm putting on my gloves now, even though I don't really need them. I could go for it.
Could be pretty.
Could come out all right. Ah! Have to remember to be gentle with these gloves because I have ripped so many pairs. Okay, so once again, for hydro dipping, hydro water, that's what we're doing. We're dipping into water. So I fill my bucket up. I filled it enough so that when I put my glass in, it'll be submerged without touching the bottom of the bucket. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my colors. You wanna do at least 2. 3 colors is good. I probably wouldn't go beyond 3 colors because otherwise it'll start just looking crazy. So I'm gonna open the nail polish. And I'm gonna pour some in. Now, as soon as this hits the water, it's going to stay onto the surface. It's going to stay on the surface of the water. If there's any clumps or anything like that, the clumps usually will drop to the bottom, but I'm going to pour this in, and I'm pouring it close to the surface of the water. Okay. It's doing its thing. And once we get to this part, we actually got to work fast because it'll dry on the surface. So next, I'm going to go right in the center there, and I'm going to add some pink. Come on, pink. And let that do its thing. And then I'm going to add the purple. It's probably easiest if you have these already kind of like loosened up and ready to go. Oops. And I'm going to add some of that purple in the center there. Now I'm going to take my stick, and hopefully I'm not moving too slow. Like I said, you got to do this fast. But I'm going to take my stick and I'm going to swirl it around. And you can see like that right there, that means it already dried. So I was too slow on that. Which means this isn't going to work. So let me show you how you clean this up. Voila, you get it all out of there. And then you can start over. All right, I'm gonna move faster this time, y'all. Whoop, that got me. Carolyn, will you get another stick? I was watching on YouTube, and there were some people that they actually had a second person stirring it while they were pouring the colors on. Okay, that's better. So literally you're just swirling it to get a pattern, okay? And then as soon as you've done that, you should have your glass ready to dip. So, nope, I wanted the clear one. All right, so I'm gonna use this since I'm just practicing. I'm gonna use this side. So because it's on the surface and there's tension there, you wanna break the surface tension. So I'm gonna go in at an angle, and I'm just gonna dip my glass in. And then I'm gonna do a little swirl because I want to get any of the polish that's around it away. And then I'm gonna pull it out and see what I got. And it is strong, y'all. Hold on, let me look first in case it's ugly. Okay, it's not ugly, but because it's clear, you can't really, it's not really standing out as well. Can folks see that at all?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a question. How much of each nail polish are we supposed to use? Is it kind of just up to us, or did it like what is the?
So I was just going to say to y'all, I didn't put enough in to cover this whole glass. So it definitely would need some more than that. I don't have a recipe. I don't have a recipe. What I do know is that if we dip it and we don't like it, we can use the acetone to remove it and try it again. So yeah. All right, so
I have a slightly related question.
Go ahead. Any other questions?
So if you dip it and it doesn't cover the entire thing, can I do a second dip?
So you can try to do a second dip. What would make me nervous is if there's any parts that would get clumpy. But I mean, this was dipped already on the other side. I can't see any color but pink in this. It's like I didn't even use the other colors.
Used a lot more pink than the other two.
Okay, well, you want to try a second dip? How's your glass? Is it? I still see wet at the bottom. Yeah. So if y'all want to go ahead and set up your buckets, you can actually try this just using one of the sticks if you wanted to just practice, dipping it in all the way and then moving the water out and then pulling it up so you can see what you get, the technique, if you wanted to.
All right, last question. Are we using hot water or lukewarm?
It needs to be above room temperature, so between warm and hot.
Okay. I'll be back.
And if there's multiple people at your house, Pam, you don't have to set up everything. Y'all can set up maybe 2 or 3 buckets because again, you can easily clear that water off after each one. It doesn't take long to dip, is what I'm saying.
I'm also pouring really close to the surface, like you said.
Yeah. The colors are definitely more vibrant under the white. This is clearly the wrong type of paint. Oops. But if nothing else, you got some new nail polish. Uh-oh, Carlin, that's gonna dry on you.
I'm trying.
That's gonna dry on you.
I know I gotta go get more nail polish. I feel like I used all of mine and one side is still white.
So she's putting it in at a slight angle. This is very slight angle. Putting it in, and now twirling it around.
Oh, it's pretty.